Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel. If you're new, I'm Kelly. This is KBellaBeauty, and today we're doing something that I haven't done very often, but during my drugstore week that I filmed back in March, I did a Throwback Thursday and I watched one of my very first YouTube videos ever, and I thought, you know what? I really think those videos are super fun to watch, but it's also cool to watch YouTubers like revisit some of their favorites. Like I know my friend Samantha March here on YouTube does that a lot, where she'll watch an older favorites video and let you know what she thinks about those products. So last summer, I filmed a summer must-haves, which were like my summer favorites. And so I thought, let's go ahead and rewatch it together and I'll let you know what I think about those products. So I'm gonna try to include, I was able to do it before. I'm going to try to include the video here. The quality is not as good because I was filming with a camera and not my phone at the time, so excuse that. But let's go ahead, let's jump into the video. We'll watch my summer must-haves together and I'll let you know what I think about each product. So I guess I'll kind of start by just pulling the products the way that I would use them in my routine. And so one of my must-haves for summer is an illuminating primer. So there are two primers that I've been going back and forth with, one being the Cover FX primer, the illuminating one, and the other is the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. So I do still really like illuminating primers for the summertime. I finished that sample of the Cover FX and I actually do still really love it. But I did have a full size of the Becca one, and so I wanted to like use that up or use it some more before purchasing another one. But I have since had to pitch that one because it was a little bit older. So I am trying to, you know, pan some products here in 2018. So I have a primer that I'm currently focusing on, but I do still really enjoy illuminating primers, and I would still recommend the Cover FX one. I typically don't wear a lot of foundation in the summertime, but when I am looking to put some foundation on, and the foundation that will be going with me on my travels this summer is the IT Cosmetics CC Plus Cream. I like this foundation because technically it's a CC cream, but it provides, I would say, a good medium coverage. It provides a good medium coverage. It also provides SPF 50. I live in Texas. Regardless of where you live though, summer typically tends to be a little bit hotter than the winter time. So I'm very conscious about skincare, protecting the skin, using SPF. So this is definitely the CC cream or foundation that I pull out in the summertime. That is still a favorite of mine, also in my project pan for 2018, but I really like the IT Cosmetics CC Plus Cream because it does give me more of like a full coverage, but it's comfortable to wear. But that SPF though, like your girl needs some SPF. Being a natural redhead and living in Texas, that's totally a summer foundation for me. Decay Naked Skin Concealer. Every now and then, like if I have a wedding to go to, or if I'm filming, or if I have a special event, I'll pull out the Tarte's Shape Tape. But on a day-to-day, I don't want something that heavy underneath my eyes, so I'm going to be reaching for the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. It's nice and light, but it still covers up the dark circles, and it doesn't settle in my fine lines. It's a great one for summer. We're 3 for 3 here because I do still really love that Urban Decay concealer. It's not what I'm wearing today, but it is a go-to for me still. I do not like Shape Tape. I like more of a lighter coverage, which Urban Decay is. So if you're not into a lighter coverage, you probably won't like the Urban Decay concealer, but it's a holy grail for me. I love to glow in the summertime. So one of the products that I've really been reaching for since probably the end of May is my Marc Jacobs Dewdrops in the shade Do You. Now I typically don't use any kind of liquid highlighter like during the rest of the year, but I've noticed that since summertime hit and I really want that glow, I've been pulling out my liquid highlighters, and this one has been a favorite, and this one is a miss for me. I am not big into liquid highlighters like I was saying in my video last year, and I did reach for the Marc Jacobs Dewdrops a lot last summer, and I would typically mix it in with my foundation, but honestly, since last summer, I have not reached for that product at all. I still have it in my collection, and my friend Smegs went out and bought it and loved it, and I actually kind of wish that she didn't buy it because that's something that's gonna last you a long time, but I need to find a friend to pass that along to because like I said, I liked it when I used it, but I haven't reached for it in like a year. And then speaking of highlighters, I have two of them that I've been putting on top of the Marc Jacobs highlighter. The first being a cult favorite, and it is Becca Cosmetics collab with Jaclyn Hill, Champagne Pop. I like it because it's a nice champagne gold shade, and it really just makes my skin pop. But when I'm not reaching for Champagne Pop, I have been reaching for my Makeup Geek Duochrome highlighter in the shade Lit. I do still love Champagne Pop. It's definitely one of my like fallback products. Like if I don't know what highlight to reach for, I reach for that one, but it's not the highlighter that I'm using the most, if that makes sense. I love it, I have a dent in it, but since my highlighter collection has expanded, I typically reach for other ones over the Jaclyn Hill. I do still really like Lit, but again, it's not a highlighter shade that I'm reaching for all the time. It's a duochrome, so it kind of hits more of like a peachy, pinky, champagne-y glow, if that makes any sense at all. But I love it. I wear it when I think about it, but it kind of has to go with certain makeup looks. So it's a highlighter that I like, but I wouldn't necessarily call it like a favorite. And if I did a summer must-haves, I probably wouldn't put that one in my must-haves list, if that makes sense. I have dry skin. Even in the summer months, it's still dry, so I still keep my handy dandy MAC Fix Plus with me. It's definitely a must. I spray it on my face anytime I have makeup on, just because I feel like it makes my highlighter look a little bit more glowy, but it also makes my face not look caked up and just lets all of the makeup settle into my skin nicely. I will always love Fix Plus. I've been using it for years. I've been using it since before I was on YouTube. That will stay as a holy grail product for me forever. Forever. Sticking with face products, typically in the summertime, I'm looking for a blush that has a little bit of like a natural sheen or a natural glow without being chunky and glittery. So the two blushes that I really, really like, one of them is Benefit's Rockateur blush. It's just a beautiful rose gold shade, and it almost has like a little bit of a sheen, so it's not like a stark matte. But when I'm not reaching for Rockateur, I have been reaching for my Wet n Wild Color Icon in Apricot in the middle. I don't have the Wet n Wild one anymore, I believe. Or I might still have it in my collection, but I don't reach for it a lot. That's a really good drugstore alternative, and I really like Wet n Wild's products. But my Rockateur, I love her. She's another product that's in my 2018 Project Pan, but she's definitely a blush that I really like because I do like to have a blush that's gonna give me like a little bit of an extra sheen or an extra glow. But like, are my 4th of July nails distracting anybody else in this video? I'm kind of bummed that like my video quality isn't very good because I can't see exactly what the design is on my nails, but they're definitely catching my eye every time I put my hands up. And I talk with my hands a lot. Going into eyeshadows, if I'm wearing any eyeshadow at all, I typically go for a more bronze look like I have on my eyes now. And so the two palettes I have been reaching for, one is the Violet Voss times Laura Lee collab. Okay, I do really like that palette, the Violet Voss times Laura Lee collab. I'm glad that I got it, but I must admit, that is an eyeshadow palette that like hangs out on this rack over here and I don't reach for it enough. I really need to pull it out more. The other palette that I have been reaching for is the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. This is the original, and as you can see, I'm going to try not to blind you, there are just nice brown shades, you have some shimmer shades, but it just gives you kind of like a neutral bronze look, and typically in the summer, that's what I'm looking for, so these two palettes have been go-tos for me. I would not say the Too Faced Chocolate Bar is a favorite for me. It was one of those that like I wanted forever. Like that palette was on my wish list for the longest time. I wanted one of the chocolate bars and I'm glad that I have it, but I would say that it's just okay compared to some other eyeshadows and other formulations that I have in my collection. I would not put that one in the category of a favorite or a must-have. I would say that it's just okay. I also like to keep my lash a little bit more natural, and as you can see, I'm not wearing falsies right now. I typically don't wear falsies too much in my day-to-day life anyway, but I definitely in the summer want to keep my lashes nice and natural. So I've been going in with Maybelline's The Rocket and topping that with Benefit's Roller Lash, and I feel like these two together give me a lot of volume without creating like the spider lashes that clump together. So I can't remember when that combination happened for me, but I do still love that combination. I don't like Roller Lash on its own because I feel like it's more lengthening and it doesn't give me the volume that I want. But I feel like with Maybelline's The Rocket, I also can get the volume, but sometimes it can get a little clumpy or not the length that I want. So I do like to put those two together. That's still a favorite. The last category that I have for my summer must-haves are lips. Now, I am a mauve girl through and through. I love deeper mauve lips. I like them whether they're mauvey nude, mauvey purple, mauvey brown, but in the summer, I typically go on a little bit lighter end of the mauve shades, and I even find myself reaching for more light pink shades. So some of the lipsticks that I find myself reaching for in the summer include the YSL, which one is this? Rouge Pure Couture in the shade 10. This is just a nice, beautiful nude pink shade. I will swatch it for you. This is it right here. It has a little bit of a sheen to it, but it's nice and light, and it just makes me think of summer. I've also been reaching for my MAC Cosmetics collab with Mariah Carey. This is in the shade McIzzle, and it is a cream sheen. That's the lipstick that I'm wearing currently right now with MAC's Whirl Lip Liner underneath, which is my favorite formula. This is definitely like a light nude shade. It does have a little bit of a pink undertone, but again, just the lighter shades are what make me think of summer because I'm going for a lighter look. So these two have been the lipsticks that I've been throwing in my purse lately. These next two are new to my collection. I have a first impression and swatch video, so I'll link that right here if you're interested. But even though they're new to my collection, I've already been reaching for them a lot this summer, and I'm going to take them with me when I go to Italy, and they are by Kylie Cosmetics in the Send Me Some Nudes collection. These are the Velvet formula. I really like her matte liquid lipsticks, but I wanted to try out the Velvets, and I feel like they're really comfortable. My two favorites are in Naked and Bare, and so like I said, I have a whole video swatching these with first impressions. Guys, I'm so sad. I have no idea where Bare is. Bare was my favorite from that Kylie Cosmetics Send Me Some Nudes. I still like Naked. I wear that a lot. It's a good nude shade, but Bare was my favorite. And I have no idea what I did with it. I looked for it everywhere. I posted a picture on Instagram back in like September or October, and I was wearing Bare, but then sometime after that it disappeared. I don't know if I took it somewhere. I don't know if I let someone borrow it, which I don't think that I did. I looked for it at work and it's just gone. And she is not a lipstick color that Kylie has in her stock at all right now. It's not on her website. It's not in her singles, and she doesn't have this limited edition 4-pack anymore. So RIP. I will miss you, Bare. I still hope she comes up at some point in time. Last up, I'm typically not a gloss girl. I am hardcore matte liquid lipsticks, but in the summer, I like a little bit of a gloss, and so the only gloss that I have been reaching for is by Too Faced. It's from their Sweet Peach collection, and this is in the shade Peach Fuzz. I do still really love that gloss. It tastes really good. It tastes like the Sweet Tart candies, but I really only wear gloss over liquid lipsticks. I typically wouldn't like put a lipstick on and then a gloss on top, so I don't reach for it a lot, but I did wear it when I went to New Orleans this past weekend, and I definitely
we'll pull that out from time to time. But otherwise, that's gonna do it for this flashback revisiting my summer must-haves. I'm thinking within the next couple weeks here, I will probably do like some sort of favorites video where I share the products that I've been reaching for in the summer, but it's been a pretty barefaced summer for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video though. I think that they're really fun to watch. I love watching Samantha's when she films her like Throwback Thursday videos. And it's really fun to kind of watch myself and see what products I'm still loving, what products I was loving at the time, and it just makes those connections and makes me think about old favorites. So if you want to see more videos like this, let me know down below. I am open for requests. I love to film videos that you guys love to watch. So that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe before you go, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye!